So this is module 4. So here we'll study something about the organizations and groups associated with the cloud computing, and also about the cloud governance and a little bit of IT governance. So I think IT governance and governance and governance definitions you are aware from the subject, that IT governance, risk management, security management system. So but here we will have some different, that is a cloud governance. So before going to that, we have certain standards, okay, industry standards or organization that are linked with the cloud governance, sorry, cloud computing. Okay, so let's go through that, because we have this cloud computing organization basically, which will focus on the issues of the regarding the cloud environment. As we know that the cloud environment is becoming bigger and bigger, so a lot of like issues related to cloud environments are there. So these bodies are like, or there few groups are there which will try to resolve the issues. Now let us check this group one by one. So first is the Cloud Security Alliance, also known as the CSA. Okay, the Cloud Security Alliance. So basically it was formed to promote a series of best practices to provide security assurance. So in cloud computing, so it is this particular group of group will provide security assurance in the cloud computing. Also, its main objectives will be promoting the understanding, researching best practices, launching awareness campaigns with the goal of creating a consensus on ways to ensure cloud security. I don't think it's nothing to explain here. Just you should remember the name and what is its purpose. So this Cloud Security Alliance, as the name suggests, it is basically, it will deal with the security assurance issues. Okay. Next is the Distributed Management Task Force, or the DMTF. So this one basically focuses on the infrastructure as a service, and it will provide standards that enable the infrastructure to be more flexible, scalable, high performance infrastructure. Okay, so the DMTF basically is a group that developed the OVF, that is the Open Virtualization Format, okay, standard that is formally known as the DSP 0243 Open Virtualization Format, okay, V1. So you here from this standards you have nothing to learn. I think nothing to understand. Just you should know these things, because they are from here you can expect the MCQs. Okay, so like which standard is focused on the infrastructure. Okay, so these things are involved in the like you can get MCQs from this part. Okay, so basically it describes an open, secure, portable format for packaging and distribution of software that will run in virtual machines. Next is the National Institute of Standards and Technology. So basically it's a non-regulatory federal agency whose goal is to promote innovation and United States competitiveness by advancing standards, measurement science and technology. So they are focused on helping federal agencies understand cloud computing. Okay, so you can see each organizations have different purposes. Okay, next we have the Open Cloud Consortium, or also known as the OCC. So basically its goal is to support the development of standards for cloud computing and frameworks for interoperating between clouds. So the OCC has a number of different working groups devoted to varying aspects of cloud computing. Next, we have the Open Grid Forum. So in the Open Grid Forum, it's basically an open community that focuses on driving the adoption and evolution of distributed computing. So this will include like everything from distributed high performance computing resources to horizontally scaled transactional systems supporting the SOAs, that is the service objective agreements, as well as the cloud. Next, we have the object management group. So in the object management group is basically a international group focused on developing the enterprise integration standards for a wide range of industries, including government, life science, and healthcare. So that group provides modeling standards for software and other processes. Okay. Next, just wait. Okay. Next, we have the Storage Networking Industry Association, also known as the SNIA. So basically, the SNIA is focused on developing storage solution specification, technologies, global standards, and storage education. So this organization's mission is to promote acceptance, deployment, confidence in storage-related architecture, system, service, and technologies across IT and business communities. Okay, so this you can get a question from here like the which organization's objective is to promote acceptance, deployment, confidence, storage related architecture. So you have to mark it. So they're like basically nothing to make you understand this thing. You have to mug up the things only. Next is the Cloud Computing Interoperability Forum. So basically, this will provide the discussion forums to create a cloud computing ecosystem where organizations can work together. So a major focus is on creating a framework that enables two or more cloud platforms to exchange information in a unified way. Okay. So this was all about the standards. Few of the standards. Okay, there may be more standards are there, but I have discussed just few of the standards in the cloud computing that are associated with cloud computing. Okay, next moving to the next topic, we have this IT governance. So understanding IT governance. So before that, since you have studied the subject IT governance, I think in the last sem. So I should ask you what do you mean by governance? Hopefully you remember. Unlike any, I don't need the bookish definition. What do you mean by governance? What do you think when the word governance comes to your mind? Please unmute yourself, or you can write in the chat also. What is governance?
Governance means to look. I mean, to look to the enterprise. I mean, governing everything means analyzing or assessing everything in the enterprise.
Okay. Okay, means, but if you go by, okay, yes, Vishna, that is the thing governing everything. But when we studied about the definition, it said something like that. It is the race, like responsibility. Then I think we have the attributes of communication, and the last one is the empower people, right? The authority, sorry, that is the for responsibility, authority, and the communication to empower the people. That was the definition, I think, in the governance part. So here also we'll just check the definitions of it, but that is different one. That is the IT governance. We have already studied, so I asked. So basically, it's a governance is something like making good decisions regarding performance predictability and requiring accountability, right? The word I mentioned, right? We should take the responsibility, then we have the authority or the accountability, whatever you say, and then we have communication and the empower. So it's all about defining the organizing principles, that the rules that determine how an organization should behave. For this purpose, we need governance. Every organization, every IT organization have the these IT standards. Various standards are there, governance rules are there. Why? Because so that their like so their plans may match with their aims or goals may match with the enterprise goals, right? Similarly, nowadays, since since cloud environment has increased and every organizations are going for cloud, so we should have certain standards that would increase the governance standards in the cloud too. Okay, so here you can see the IT governance. So basically, IT management has a long established process for managing and monitoring individual IT components. Okay, so IT governance, what it does this following three activities are there. So it will ensure that the IT assets. So what are the IT assets? Whatever systems we have, processes, okay, maybe the infrastructure, resources are implemented and used according to the agreed policies and procedures. So whatever the rules are made, whatever the policies are given, policies, maybe it's the ISO standard, or you have the COVID. I think you have studied COVID also the subject. So whatever standard that is followed, it should the organization is is following to that standards. Okay, Next, also this governance will also ensure that the assets are properly controlled and maintained. And the last one is that it ensures that the assets are providing value to the organization. So see that, like I said, when you were studying the IT governance, you have studied that organization's goal and IT goals should match to, so that our organization flourish. If our IT goals are different from the organization goals, then what happens is there will be no use, right? So in that case, the organization's aim will be different, and the IT goals will be different. So in that case, it won't map. So we will think that let the ITT do, and the management won't take care of the IT. So that is why we have various standards, like we have the COVID. So that what it do, it try to integrate the IT strategies with the business policies, so that it adds value to the organization. Next, what do you mean by cloud governance? So cloud governance, so as you can see, it will refers to the decision making processes, criteria, policies involved in the planning, architecture, acquisition, deployment, operation and management of the cloud computing capability. Okay, so it will be involved in like in the planning process also. So in, like we have in normal SDLC process, what are the phases? Are there various phases? We have the requirement analysis, we have then system design, feasibility study, we have coding. So here also, here this cloud governance, it will have a planning process, right? A planning will be there, and based on the planning and architecture is designed, then how will you capture the data? That is the acquisition phase. Once the data has been captured, you have to deploy it and then perform the operation management of the cloud computing capability. So you can define that cloud governance is the people, process, technology associated with the cloud infrastructure, security and operations. Okay, so all the people involved, all the people, process and the technology that is involved in the cloud infrastructure, security and operation, is, you can say it as a cloud governance. So better definition you can get in your cracking. I'll just show you if I have that one. Okay, so what are the benefits of the cloud governance solutions we have? So we have, first is the abhor instance wastage. So instance wastage is basically the primary cause for huge annual and monthly cloud bill. So as we know that we should use because cloud is something pay per use. So how much we use, we should pay for that one only, right? But if we don't use the cloud environment properly, cloud software properly, so like we have bought the software, but we are not we are paying more, but we are not utilizing it. So that will be a total wastage, right? In that case, it will be paying the bill will be unnecessary. So we should make sure that whatever we are opting for, whatever services we are opting for, we are utilizing it properly. So if there is a proper governance is there, so if a proper cloud governance is followed, so we can reduce the instance wastage. Then there is the address security and compliance risk. So anything like you have this effective governance strategy helps you to mitigate the major inhibitors of opting cloud migration services. So you have this, you know what are the cloud migration services? We have studied cloud migration, right? So this will help you to mitigate the risk in cloud migration. If you have the proper governance, proper rules and policies are followed, then you can avoid the security risk. Then is provision right size and capability. So we have to evaluate the right size and the capacity of the instances to be procured from the service provider. Just now I mentioned in the abhor instance part, wastage. So how much how much service you want, opt for that one, you pay for that one, and if you don't need, you don't buy it for now. When you will require it, then just you can go opt for that one. But if you are not using it in the current situation, just buying it, it's not a feasible solution. It will just unnecessarily increase the cost of the infrastructure. So basically how much you need, so based on the capacity of your project, you should go for that much of storage only. Next is enhance accessibility. So implement role based access control. So I just mentioned in the beginning of the previous classes that in the cloud environment, it is very important to mention the roles, right? Who will be, as we know, in an organizations there can be like 2000 to 2000 employees, 2 lakh employees. So you just don't know, like if you give permission, if everyone has the permission, then they can get access to any data, right? So that is not feasible, because if one employee leaves your company, then uh, that data can be tampered. Your organization security details can be tampered. For that purpose, what you do, you can define the roles, like what employees will be accessing the which part of the data are so in that case, what happens, you know exactly how many people are working in that like in that particular domain, in that particular service, or how much part is used of the cloud is used. So you are aware of it, who are the person. But if 2 lakh people are working on the same thing, then you won't be able to track it. So this governance will help to have the accessibility, like where who is working on what. So monitoring the cloud spend, so you are spending, you can just, if you have a proper governance, okay, so then you can obviously administer like how much money you are spending, whether on the licensing, then the chargeback capabilities. So you can have just a monitoring system, right? And we can obviously, if you have a proper like cloud governance, then obviously then you are monitoring everything, reviewing everything. So what happens that we can take the steps to optimize the uh, cloud cost also, because we can get the benefits from the cloud, and then we can ultimately increase the, so ultimately optimize the cloud cost, because we know where, how much we are paying where, and whether it is like really beneficial for us, whether it will be required now or later. So we can just monitor it. So this was all about the um, benefits of the cloud governance. Just hold on, I got a call, just wait, huh? Okay, sorry, I got a call from Anindita ma'am. Okay, am I connected? Can you hear me? Yes, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because
Yes,
my
ma'am.
hotspot is connected, so I thought you got disconnected. That's the thing. Okay, so this was all about the benefits of the cloud governance solutions. Okay, so today what we've seen is that we have studied about the various cloud computing groups that are various groups that are associated with cloud computing, and also we have studied the IT governance in cloud computing. What do you mean by IT? So more things are involved. Just I gave you an overview of it, these things, because it's again a separate subject. IT governance we have studied in a separate subject. So just a brief description of these things I have given you, and also lastly we have the what is cloud governance and the benefits of the cloud governance. So till this part, any confusion you can ask. Yes, please ask if you have any confusion. Really a small topic. It's module 4. No confusion. Okay, so tomorrow also I'll continue with module 4. Okay, then day after tomorrow we'll have a revision on so that one, module 2. So I request everyone to go through module 2. Okay. Okay, Mebarida has joined today. How are you, Mebarida? I don't know, probably net problem. Okay, so just wait, let me take the attendance, and I won't, yeah, good, okay. So what I'll do is that I'll share I won't share the PPT today. Once I complete this module, I'll be sharing, and then we'll have a revision. But please, by now, please go through this one, second module, okay, that cloud migration, then broad approaches. I think Krishna has some confusion also. So we'll discuss in the discussion like on Friday, okay? So tomorrow I'll try to complete this part. Okay, just wait. Okay. So thank you everyone. So you all can leave it for the short class. Okay. Enjoy now.